Good morning. Just gonna wait a minute or two to let people jump on if they're planning on joining us. And then I'll get into explaining our quick cooker, and then we will do our recipe for the morning. So our recipe will make enough for 6 1-cup egg bites. So if it's just for you, you have your breakfast for the week. If it's for you and a partner, then you have 3 days of breakfast. They're super simple to make. This does all of the work, and I'm going to show you exactly what recipe we use. So I'm just going to wait a second. I got my morning coffee, dropped my daughter off at daycare. My son is hanging out in the living room on his little activity mat, so you might hear him cry, and I might have to go grab him. Picked up my coffee on the way home. All right, so this is our quick cooker. So it is a pressure cooker. It's different than some of the other ones on the market in the sense that Pampered Chef actually waited 7 years to release the quick cooker. The reason why they wanted to do that is they knew that there were other companies releasing them into the market, and they wanted to wait for some feedback, make some alterations to it, and then release the best possible model that they could. So some of the things that are different on our quick cooker than maybe a Instapot or a Ninja pressure cooker is that our release valve, our pressure release valve, is away from the model. So if you're standing at it and you're setting it here, you're releasing the pressure, it is going away to the back. So there's no way that the steam is coming at you. Another neat thing that we have is this red silver button. So this pops up when the unit is pressurized. And when it pops up, it locks on the quick cooker. So there's absolutely no way to unlock this without releasing the steam once it is pressurized and the button has popped up. There are 2 clouds you can see on the top here that have to be in line and flush in order for the unit to pressurize. Some other really cool things about this, there we go, going backwards here, are the settings. So we have a bunch of different settings on here, 16 different settings. So you can go from anywhere from making different types of rice, to steaming, to searing, to slow cooking, to making dessert like a cheesecake. You can make multiple things at once. So if you get your quick cooker, it comes with this little holder. So what would happen is you would put your meat underneath, or your protein underneath. You would put this on top, inside, and then you can use a second accessory to stack on top. So one of our accessories that we use the most is our ceramic pot, and it comes with a silicone lid. So you can cook things like vegetables in here, potatoes, rice, and you just sit it on top of your meat, and it cooks all at once, so that when the timer goes off and you release the pressure, you have not only your potatoes and your vegetables, but the meat that you cook down below. So it's really great for like a roast beef dinner or chicken, or if you're doing some sort of combination. So that's one of our accessories that we offer. And I was saying to somebody yesterday that all of our accessories fit with the Instapots that are 6 quarts and larger. They haven't been tested on any of the other brands, but I know for sure on the Instapots. This comes with your quick cooker. It is the slow cooker lid. So because we have a slow cook function on this, there's no need to have both a pressure cooker and a slow cooker when you can have it all in one. So this is the lid that you can use if you're in slow cooker mode. The other accessory is a springform pan. So this is things that you would make like your cheesecakes in, or your desserts in, or you can even use it to steam vegetables in. We do have steaming baskets as well, but again, that sits in on top of that wired rack. So now that I showed you some of the features and the accessories, we're gonna get to actually making our recipe. So I'm gonna set that aside. I am using the large glass mixing bowl. It comes with a lid. It holds 8 cups. It's quite fantastic. We also have a smaller version. And then we're just gonna go through and quickly make our recipe. So we need 6 eggs. And I did prep my vegetables and stuff ahead of time. Maybe I'll do this over here. There we go. So again, this, like I said, is gonna make 6 individual egg cups. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 more. You can definitely make fewer if you'd like. This just makes a full batch. Now, the next step, you can either use 6 tablespoons of milk or 6 tablespoons of cottage cheese. And we did the cottage cheese, or I chose the cottage cheese to add a little bit of extra protein. So I'm gonna mix that all together. Now, as I'm mixing that in, I'm now gonna add my add-ins. So I have about a ½ cup of red peppers and green peppers, and about a ¼ cup of cheddar cheese, and I'm just mixing that all in. So what you'll see is I used our silicone 1 cup prep bowls to have my cottage cheese and my cheddar cheese in. And then I had a 2 cup glass prep bowl with my peppers in. So we do offer quite a few different prep bowls, depending on if you want them freezer safe, oven safe, air fryer safe. Would depend if you went with glass or silicone. These silicone ones also come with a wired rack that you can store them in the freezer. So if you make like purees or jam or soup and you want to freeze it, you can do that in the silicone bowls with the wired rack. All right, so then we're just gonna add a little bit of salt and pepper. And these are great because it has a holder. So any extra salt or any extra pepper stays right in the holder, and that's the only thing that you have to clean. So mix that up. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we are using our boiled egg trays. So this holds up to 24 eggs. So if you want to do hard-boiled eggs, you can stack all 24 in there, put them in, and steam it. It takes 7 minutes on custom. But today, we're actually going to use our 1 cup prep bowls because we want to make individual egg bites. So I actually only have 5 of these. I'm not quite sure where my 6th one is. So we're going to do 5 today. Normally you would do 6. And I'm just using my 1 cup measuring cup to transfer the egg and mixture into these bowls. So there is a little line right here that you're gonna fill it to. And then on the trays here, you're gonna see the bigger circular ones are the ones that hold the 1 cup prep bowls. And you can purchase them with the silicone lid. I don't have the lids, so I just leave them open. I just don't put a lid on them. And they still cook just the same. So I'm just transferring the eggs and the add-ins. And I'm gonna put 3 on the bottom and 2 on the top. So mine are gonna be a little bit fuller because I'm not using that 6th one, but that's okay. And then for the last one, we're just going to pour it in. And then maybe I will. All right, so the key with the quick cooker is that you need to have liquid in it for it to pressurize. So a minimum amount of liquid is a ½ cup, That's what we're gonna use for this recipe. So I'm just gonna get a half a cup of water. Put it right at the bottom. Then I'm gonna take my first egg rack and I'm gonna sit it right in here, just like that. The second rack sits right on top. And you just wanna make sure that it's kind of clicked in there. It clicks into a certain spot. And then I'm gonna put my 2 other cups on top there, like that. And if I had a third, I would just put my third one in here as well. So then we're going to, I'm looking at this backwards. There we go. So now that it's locked, you've heard it. So when I twist it, it closes into place. You want to make sure that the valve on the back in this is fully flushed. You don't want it pushed open because that would release the steam. So we're going to close it just like that. We're going to select custom and it automatically goes to 30 minutes. We are going to change our time down to 22. And then we're going to push start. Now, with any pressure cooker, whether it is the quick cooker with Pampered Chef or Instapot or Food Ninja or anything like that, it takes time to pressurize. So our recipe calls for 22 minutes, but you have to add on at least 10 minutes for the items to pressurize. Now I find when it's not a really big heavy meal, so for instance this is just using the water to steam it, it doesn't take as long to pressurize as if I was making a roast with potatoes and vegetables. That's quite heavy and it takes a lot longer to pressurize and you would need a little bit of extra liquid for that. But with this, where we're just steaming our egg bites, it takes probably about 10 minutes. It'll come to pressure. When it comes to pressure, this red metal pressurized tool back here will pop up so that you know, and then the time will start to count down on the front. Once it's done, push cancel, push the pressure release button, obviously not standing here. From the front, you push the pressure release button, it opens up, the steam releases, and then you can take your egg bites out. So I will post a picture when these are done, just to show you what they look like when they're finalized. What we will do is our 6 1-cup prep bowls come with these lids. I'll pop the lids on them once they cool down and I'll just leave them in the fridge for us to eat them as we need them. So if you have any questions about that, the recipe was posted last evening, so it's down 1 or 2 posts. I will post a picture when we're done, and I will be coming live later on today showing you peanut butter in the blender. It's quite phenomenal. All right, you guys have a great Monday, and if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I would love to help you. See ya.